To Hannah's credit, she offered to sign it for me. Of course, I wouldn't let her. I waited until Zach inserted himself into our awkward conversation before sneaking inside to thaw my fingers beneath the running water. So embarrassing. Earlier, when I asked my mom how to get a boy's attention, she said, play hard to get. So that's what I was doing. Sure enough, it worked. He started hanging around my classes waiting for me. It seemed like weeks went by before he finally asked my number. But I knew he eventually would. So I practiced saying it out loud, real calm and confident, like I didn't really care. Like I gave it out 100 times a day. Like a whore. Yes, boys at my school had asked for my number. But here, at my new school, you were the first. No, that's not true. But you were the first to actually get my number. But it's not that I didn't want to give it out. I was just cautious. New town, new school, and this time I was going to be in control of how people saw me. After all, how often did we get a second chance? Before you, Justin, whenever anyone asked, I'd say all the numbers right, numbers up until the very last one, and then I'd get scared and messed up sort of accidentally on purpose. I heaved my backpack onto my lap, and then zipped the largest pocket.
Don't hit me.
I didn't.
I'm abusive.
Yes, you are.
Very abusive.
I was getting way too excited watching you write down my number. Luckily, you were way too nervous to notice. Oh, lightheaded. When I finally spat out that last number, the correct number, I smiled so big. Meanwhile, your hand was shaking so badly that I thought you were going to screw it up! Fucking screw up, Justin! And I was not going to let that happen. Psst. I pulled out our map and unfolded on the workbench. Pointed at the number you were writing. That should be a 7, I said. It is a 7. Bitch. I used a wooden ruler to smooth out the creases. Use your hand. Jensen, what are you thinking? What is Jensen thinking?
Potato.
Fucking Jensen.
Potato.
Ruining my fucking life. Jensen. Psst.
Sounds like ginger.
Oh, well, as long as you know it's a 7. I do, you said. But you scratched it out anyways, and made an even shakier 7. Fucking Justin. This boy fucks up all the time. Frickin' Justin. I stretched the cuff of my sleeve into my palm, and I almost reached over to wipe the sweat from your forehead. Something my mother would have done. But thankfully, I didn't do that. You never would have asked another girl for her number again. Actually, you would have, because no person is the same. Nigger. Through the side garage door, Mother calls my name. I lower the volume, ready to hit stop if it opens. Yes? By the time I got home, you'd already called. Twice. So ridiculous. I want you to keep working, Mom says, but I need to know if you're having dinner with us. My mom asked where you were, and I said we had a class together. You were probably just calling with a homework question. It's just been on the page. And she said that's exactly what you had told her. I looked down at the first red star. C4. I know what that is. But should I go there? Should I go there? I couldn't believe it, Justin. You lied to my mom. So why did that make me so happy? Maybe it's because you're a whore. Not you, but... No! I'm heading to a friend's house for his project because our lies matched. It was a sign. A sign that says do not pass. I'm a fucking Gandalf, never letting anybody pass.
What the fuck is with them?
Gandalf?
No.
Oh. That's fine, Mum says. I'll keep some in the fridge, and you can heat it up later. My mum asked what class we had, and I said math, which wasn't a total lie. We both had math, just not together, not the same type. Good, your mom said. My mom said. That's what he told me. I accused her of not trusting her own daughter, grabbed the slip of paper with your number from her hand, and ran upstairs. I'll go there, to the first star. But before that, when this side of the tape is over, I'll go to Tony's. Tony never upgraded his car stereo, so he still plays tapes. That way, he says, he's in control of the music. Yeah. If he gives someone a ride and they bring their own music, too bad! The format's not compatible, he tells them. When he answered the phone, I said, Justin, it's Hannah. My mum said you called with a math problem. Tony drives an old Mustang handed down from his brother who got it from his dad. Stop it, you're interrupting.
Quit hitting me.
Quit interrupting.
You're abusive.
Uh-huh, you just figured out.
Figure.
So many words.
Mustang.
Who got it from his dad, who probably got it from his dad! At school there were a few loves that compare to one between Tony and his car.
Shut your muffins.
Seriously, stop.
Seriously.
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Jeez. Fuck. More girls have dumped in and out of car envy than my lips have even kissed. Maybe that's good. You shouldn't be kissing. What are you, in middle school? You were confused, but eventually you remembered lying to my mum, and, like a good boy, you apologized. While Tony doesn't classify as a close friend, we have worked on a couple of assignments together, so I knew where he lives. Most important of all, he owns an old Walkman that plays tapes, a yellow one with a skinny plastic headset that I'm sure he'll let me borrow. I'll take a few tapes with me and listen to them as I walk through Hannah's old neighborhood, which is probably only a block or so from Tony's. So, Justin, what's the math problem? I asked, you weren't getting off that easy. Or maybe I'll take the tape somewhere else, somewhere private, but I can't listen here. Not that Mom or Dad will recognize the voice in the speakers, but I need room to breathe. And you didn't miss a beat. You told me Train A was leaving your house at 3:45 p.m. Train B was leaving my house 10 minutes later. You couldn't see this, Justin, but I actually raised my hand like I was in school rather than sitting on the edge of my bed. Pick me, Mr. Foley. Pick me, I said. I know the answer. When you called my name. Yes, Miss Baker. I threw Mom's hard-to-get rule right out the window. Right out the window. Right out. Even though the window was closed. I told you the 2 trains met at Eisenhower Park at the bottom of the rocket slide. What did Hannah see in him? I never got that. Even she admits she was unable to put her finger on it. But for an average-looking guy, so many girls are into Justin. So many. Sure, he's kind of tall, and maybe they find him intriguing. He's always looking out windows, contemplating something. A long pause at your end of the line, Justin. And I mean long pause. I know that wasn't made up. There was a bunch of O's. Don't judge. So, when did the trains meet? You asked. 15 minutes, I said. You said 15 minutes seemed awfully slow for 2 trains going full speed. Whoa, slow down, Hannah. I know what you're all thinking. Hannah Baker is a slut. Oops, did you guess that? I said, Hannah Baker is... Can't say that anymore. She stops talking. I dragged the stool closer to the workbench. The 2 plastic spindles in the tape desk, hidden behind a smoky plastic window. Pull the tape from one side to the other. A gentle hiss comes through the speaker. A soft static hum. What is she thinking? At that moment, are her eyes shut? Is she crying? Is her finger on the stop button, hoping for the strength to press it? What is she doing? I can't hear! You're not deaf, Clay Jensen. Wrong. Her voice is angry, almost trembling. Hannah Baker is not, and never was, a slut. Which begs the question, what have you heard? I simply wanted to kiss. I was a freshman girl who had never been kissed. Never. But I liked a boy, and he liked me, and I was going to kiss him. That's the story, the whole story, right there. Well, it's the other story, because I did hear something. The few nights leading up to our meeting in the park, I'd had the same dream, exactly the same, from beginning to end, and for your listening pleasure, here it is. Actually, no, it's in the next video, but...